Hey everyone, welcome back to FTB Infinity, and this is episode 3. So, if you remember at the end of the last episode, I said that we would be setting up an automated tree farm, so that's what we're going to do today. And we're going to use the MineFactory Reloaded items, the harvester and the planter, to do that. I've set up another couple of rooms, so I've got some rubber trees in here. I actually went out and found some of the MineFactory Reloaded rubber trees just because I prefer them to the Industrial Craft 2 ones. I had to travel quite a way to actually find them, but we've got them. I've planted those down. I've harvested them a few times already, so we've got plenty of rubber, and that is upstairs smelting into plastic as we speak. And then I've got this room here which I've set up where the actual tree farm is going to go. Now, it is quite likely that in the future this is going to get a little bit bigger, but for now, this is quite sufficient for what we need. So let's go and get the bits together to actually get this running, and we're going to need quite a few bits. So excuse me if I seem like I'm rushing through things today, but I want to get this done in this episode. And as I say, there's quite a few bits. So first of all, we are going to need some power sources. And both the harvester and the planter will need a power source. And as they won't be sitting next to each other, I'm just going to make 2 of them. So I'm going to stick with the furnace generators that we made before for the pulverizer. So just to remind you, that's those. So we're going to start off, we need 2 blocks of iron. And we're also going to need a couple of furnaces, so let's just get that out of there. So we need 1, 2 furnaces, and then I think we should we should just need some redstone, and that will be enough just to get those done. So there we go, there's our 2 generators, and then the actual planter we'll have a look at next. So, because they are, wow, what was that all about? Because they're MineFactory Reloaded machines, both of the planter and the harvester, they're both going to require the basic machine frame. So, we'll need some tin gears for that, some glass and some iron. So, I'm just going to go and grab some tin, and I might as well grab the rest of the bits that I need while I'm over here. So, looks like that is still processing, so I haven't quite got the bits in there that I thought that I actually have. I've got the copper there, we can grab that. Did I put the tin somewhere else? Let's just have a quick look over here and see what we've got. So we've got some that, we're going to need some of that as well. Where is our tin? We've got some more copper just there. I've got to admit, I thought that somewhere I would have some tin, which we have got there. Excellent. So let's, did we get some glass? Yeah, we got some glass. Right, so let's make these bits here. So first of all, let's make the tin gears. So we need 2 of those. And then for this, we're going to need some copper gears. So we'll grab a couple of copper gears as well. We need the redstone reception cores. Now we're going to need 2 of those because the other machine uses that as well. We're going to need a flower pot, which is why I grabbed some of these bricks. Let's just grab that out because I don't need that in there for now. Like so, just grab those back out again. And we are going to need some pistons. So I think for some reason, okay, we haven't got any more iron because I've just used it all. Where is our iron? Yeah, there we go. So we're just going to grab a little bit more of that, and hopefully now we can grab the pistons that we need. So we just need a couple of those, and then some plastic sheets. Let's just grab all that up again, which if we take some raw plastic, and I'm just going to have to drop some bits down, otherwise I'm going to get myself in a little bit of a mess here. We don't need that anymore. I'm going to drop that excess iron, and yeah, that'll be plenty in there. If you just basically drop those in there in a sort of a 2x2 shape, you basically get 4 plastic sheets per one, so that'll be plenty. We'll use that going forward anyway, because we're going to make some more MineFactory stuff, and it pretty much all uses the plastic sheets. So that should be, in fact, let's just put that together because we need 2 of those. That should be enough now to actually throw that together. So let's get our planter together, and then we'll have a look at the harvester, which is just here. Now for this, we are going to need some gold gears, which is easy enough to build. Let's just wait until that. Yeah, there we go. So we need 2 gold gears. We can get some shears. Let's just get that out of there because I don't need that in there anymore. Yeah. 1 lot of shears. And we need some more plastic sheets, which we've got. Now, we're going to need some Invar axes. Now, to do that, we're actually going to need to go and make some Invar. Now, we'll just use 4 of those for now. If we go over to our alloy smelter, I'm hoping have we got any Invar in there already? No, we haven't. And yeah, we've got some power in there. So what we can do, if we just grab that out of there, we'll pop our ferrous in here and just grab that lead out of there. Now that's actually aluminium that I've just put in there. It wasn't quite what I wanted. Right, there we go. Let's just drop that down for a minute. I need to go and clear some more space again. What can we put away for now? Yeah, we don't need the gold at the moment. We can get rid of this limestone. I certainly don't need the aluminium. And we'll get rid of that. And that just clears up a little bit of space. Now, hopefully, let's just pick my axe back up again, which weirdly seems to have actually disappeared. No, it's just there. Right, so if we just go into the chest, we should have our ferrous in there, and then we can pop some of that along with the iron into, well, you would have thought we could pop some of that in there, yeah, along with the iron, and that'll now turn into Invar. So we are going to need 6 pieces of Invar in order to make the 2 axes. So there's the first 3, and just wait for this other piece. There we go. And I'm going to grab that iron back out again because I'm going to need the rest of that. In fact, I think I'm probably going to run out of iron at this point, but we've got some more iron ore, so I shouldn't have to worry about that. So, I need 2 axes. Just put our Invar around like so. Grab our axes, and then we should have enough to put this together, which doesn't seem to want to let us actually do that. So, we'll do it manually. 2 gold gears, the machine frame, the 2 Invar axes, and a couple of plastic sheets. And there is our harvester. So we're just going to quickly put those into position so we can clear out some space, and then we can go and work on the next bits. Now, if you've used these before, then you'll sort of be aware that this is going to take quite a lot of piping and stuff to actually make it work. But basically what you need to do, put down a power source like so. Then you need to put the planter on top like this. And over here, I've already set up this little piece just here. where we can put the harvester. Now, if you put it in away from the direction that you actually want it to go, it'll put it down the right way. So you want this little hole just here at the back, and then at the front you've got this big area here. So that needs to be facing towards the area that you want to harvest. And then behind that, again, we'll just place this down. We're going to want to have a little bit of fuel in there to start it off, and we'll do the same down here. So we'll put a little bit of fuel in this one as well. So they're all now set up and ready to go. What we're going to need next then is some barrels to actually collect what it harvests from the trees. So we're going to need 3 of those. Now, should I sleep? No, we'll just crack on. So we need, and I've already smelted some down, some jungle wood. When I say I've already smelted that down, the reason why is I used the rubber wood that I got from the rubber trees down in the room down there. You need to actually smelt that into jungle wood before you can use it for anything. But we basically just want to have 3 of those. In fact, we're going to need 4 in total. Pop those in there, pop those in there, and then we'll grab 4 barrels, like so. And then we need some actual piping. Now, I'm going to be using 2 different types of pipes today. Now, I'm hoping that somewhere I've got some lead, because I'm going to use the item ducts first of all, and that requires some lead and some tin. Now, it doesn't actually look like I've got 3 pieces of lead. I think that should actually do. I've got some more iron in there as well. Let me just grab that out before I forget that that's there. So that's us covered for iron actually. So you should just be able to do something like that. Put some, is it copper? No, it's tin. Put some tin either side of that, and that'll be enough item ducts. Now that will collect the items coming out of the harvester and into the barrels. So we're just going to place that down. So we've got that sorted. And then for extracting the items that we want out of the barrels, we're actually going to use the transfer pipes and the transfer nodes. When I've done this before, I've just found it easier to actually do it that way. So let's just pop these along here for now, just so we've got something to actually put those on top of. So we want our barrels. So there's 1, 2, and 3. We'll be using the other one in a while, but let's just get the pipe down first of all. So we want 1 there, and then we want the same around the back. So it's going to go there, 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 and there. Okay, so that's the pipe setup. We're going to need to make a crescent hammer just so that I can stop it going into the side there. We'll make that while we go and make the transfer pipe. Kind of hoping, I haven't done this for a while, so I'm kind of hoping now with all of these bits and pieces that this actually works. So let's just get the crescent hammer first. If I could spell again, obviously that would be brilliant. So we need a bit of tin and some iron. That's fine. There we go. There's our crescent hammer. Then we need the transfer pipe. We're going to make quite a bit of that. And we need some redstone and some stone slabs. So I've got some stone that I've made already. So we will just make, I don't know, we'll put a fair bit of that down just to make some slabs. And then we need to, if we just pop that in there, we can grab a fair old bit of that. And then we need to have, let me work out how many transfer nodes we're going to need. We need 1 to extract from the barrels. In fact, no, with 2 from the barrels. We're going to need to draw the wood out into a furnace, and then the furnace will need a transfer node to extract it. So we're going to need 3 there. So we're going to need 3 transfer nodes. So we're going to need 3 blocks of redstone, and we've got enough smooth stone. We just need to quickly get another couple of chests. So let's just get all that off there and get our chests together. So if we just grab some more of that wood, and then we need another 2 chests because we've got 1 already. And then that should be enough to get our 3 transfer nodes together. And we can go and get all that put down. Okay, let's just run down here again. I've kind of made the same mistake again that I've made on the regrowth series, and that is that I've set up a massive area and it's taken me absolutely forever to run between places. I should have made the furnace while I was over there. Actually, that would have made life a whole lot easier. I'm just actually gonna, rather than running back up there again, I'm just gonna quickly pop that down over there, and then we'll just make a furnace quickly. I am going to replace that with an iron furnace going forward, but for now that will do. Right, so now that that's up there, we can actually get rid of the blocks underneath it because we're going to need some space. And in fact, we're going to need to take that down at least another 1 block in depth, just so that we've got room to actually work. Now, you're going to have the logs in the end one here, so we'll put the furnace here, and then the first transfer node is going to go on the bottom of that barrel, so like so, and there we go. So that will go into there, and then we're just going to need some transfer pipe. Now, the reason for this is because what we are in fact going to want to do, let's just get rid of some more of this stone so we've got some room to work. The reason why we're going to do this is because we want the logs to come out of this barrel into the furnace, and then once it's made charcoal, we want this to be self-powering. So we are going to want to send that back in to, in fact, let's just start that again because we're going to need to put a transfer node on the bottom there. So that will now self-feed. And then also what we're going to need to do is to send some of that out into the barrel. Now, if we just set the barrel a little bit further away, what we'll do is we'll make sure that it doesn't just all get sent to the barrel and the system then stopping working. So we'll put this barrel here, we'll put some more transfer pipe from the bottom there to go into this barrel like so, and then the last transfer node we'll put on the bottom of this barrel, and this is where the saplings will be, and they need to make their way over into the planter. So let's just get that down here and along to the planter like so, hopefully. No, I don't want it down there. Yeah, so we'll put that there, and then that can come along to here, up, and into there. So that will go into the planter. So that's the saplings dealt with. And then the final thing that we need to do is we need to make sure that these machines are self-fueling as well. So we just need to get some of this charcoal out of here and into the two machines. So let's dig under here a little bit, because we will tidy this up afterwards. We're actually going to need to... No, that's the barrel. Let me just remind myself of where the... Okay, so it's one further along than that. Right, so that's the bottom of that machine. So hopefully this isn't going to interfere with any other pipes. This is getting a bit awkward now. So if we put a pipe there, no, there, yeah, that should do it. Right, so then we want that to just go in a little bit so it doesn't attach to this pipe, like so. Let's just cut that out a little bit more. This is a little bit messy, but like I said, you won't be able to see this because it will be covered up from the top. So we'll put that into here like this and like this, and there we go. So that one is now hooked up. And then finally we just need to hook this one up as well. So we'll put this along. That's going to attach to that. Let's just get this going along here like this, and into here, here, and here, and here. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, there we go. Right, I am going to need some more transfer pipes, so I'm just going to quickly cut away while I do that, and I'll be back when I've got another couple of bits of that. Okay, so we're back. The last couple of bits of transfer pipe are now slotted in there. So we've got both of those furnaces hooked up to the output from this furnace here. As I said, we'll change that for an iron furnace later on. And then the excess of that will be collected in the barrel. Now, that's not the ideal position for it. I think later on, obviously, we're going to need to get that charcoal going back up into our main base area, but that's just for now, just while we can get that working. And we've got the barrels here all hooked up and ready so that the saplings will come out along this transfer pipe into the planter, and then we'll have the the wood coming down into the furnace. Now, what I'm just going to want to do really quickly is I just want to, with our crescent hammer, just sort that bit out. But I'm also just going to break the link on... In fact, no, I don't want to break the link on that. Let's just get that one back. Yeah, I don't really want to break any of the links at the moment. What I really wanted to do was to just get that set up so that it... I shouldn't really have linked those up yet. I'm just going to quickly go and break these links, otherwise I'm not going to be able to lock the barrels. So, where's the... Just going to break that one and that one just for a second. Just make sure that I've got those bits back. Now, I'll put those back in a second. It's just important that I want to make sure that these go to the right place. Now, we haven't actually got any oak wood, so I just need to go and grab some oak wood from outside the base, and I'll be back when I've got that. Okay, I'm back, and I've got some oak wood here. So the oak wood needs to go in the end one, so we'll just pop a piece of that in there, and the saplings need to go in this one. The only remaining item that these will drop are apples, But what we need to do is lock them. So if you hold shift and right click with an empty hand, you can't have anything in the slot that you're clicking from. That will actually lock those into position. So I'm just going to grab those back out again. And you'll see that now, even though it's got 0 in there, that is locked to that type of item. And then we can actually test the system works with the wood in there. So let's go and link these back up again. So just come this side and then we should be able to see up there. Just grab our transfer nodes again. So we had one transfer node on this one and a transfer node on that one. Yeah, and that's all linked up to the right place. So yeah, we've now got the wood in there. So we just need to start it off. We'll just actually put a couple of pieces of, in fact we only need one piece of coal in there. So that will now create a piece of charcoal, and that piece of charcoal will have gone somewhere. Not really sure just yet where it's actually gone. Yeah, it's gone into one of the machines because I can hear a machine has started. It's actually gone into this machine. Good. So that's working. And now all we need to do is pop some dirt down so that we cover up around here. So pop that down like so around there. And we'll just fill in, I think up to about here will be about right. Like that. And along this piece here, just up to the edge, pretty much here, I think. Yeah. And there, along this edge, like so. And just finish off these last couple of bits along here, there, and that piece. So that should be enough. Now, if we pop those into the planter like so, you'll see that they plant down in just a little circle just here. Now, we actually want this to cover as much of this as possible. Now, in order to do that, what we're going to need is to make an upgrade. Now, I've got the bits that I need to make that. We're going to make the iron upgrade because it gives us a 3 radius increase. So we're going to 2 of those. We need 3 bits of iron, 3 bits of plastic, some redstone, and a gold nugget. So just grab both of those. They don't stack. Right, just grab both of those. We'll pop one in the planter, like so. And then we'll pop the other one into the harvester, like so. And now it's just a case of actually waiting for this to do its thing, so you can see how it's actually going to work. Now, kind of hoping if I just drop down here again that it's actually put some. Yes, it has. See, so some of that has gone into the barrel. We've got still got some coal in there, so it can't actually put anything in there yet. But when that's empty, that will fill with charcoal as well. And I've got a couple of bits of bone meal up in one of these chests. Hopefully that will be enough to grow one of these trees, just so that we can actually see it in action. And yeah, 6 bits. Good, that's handy. So we just pop along here. And down here. And bone meal one of these trees. So we'll just choose that one. Yes, oh, excellent. There we go. Right, so that now should start cutting that down. Let's just give that a second just to do what it needs to do. Why cut the tree? There we go. Right, just took a couple of seconds just to activate. So there it goes. It cuts the tree down. in goes the saplings. The sapling goes over there. It replanted it. We've got some wood, which will obviously fall into this barrel. We don't want it to fall into there. We wanted it to fall into this barrel, but that's fine. As soon as we get an apple, we can actually, and then that will drop down into the generator, sorry, the furnace down here, like so. And hopefully one of those bits of charcoal will end up actually in the furnace. Otherwise this is going to be quite a short thing. Why is that not going in there? Please go into there. Right, we'll just pop some more of that in there for now, just until that builds up. But it will do. And as you can see now, the saplings have now grown in a better line. Just need to go and see if I've got an apple anywhere, because then I can just fill up that last slot and prevent the wood from actually going into the wrong place. I don't think I have, but I'm just going to have to... No, I haven't. I'm just going to have to wait until an apple actually comes off of the one of the trees, and then I can lock that chest down as well, and then the wood will have no choice but to actually fall into that particular slot. Just make sure that there isn't one and it's sort of stuck up there or anything. No, I think we're fine. Okay, so it's just a case of waiting, just waiting for that now. So, anyway, that is the automated tree farm. Like I said, I'm just waiting for that one apple to drop, and then I can sort of lock that piece down, and then just waiting for some charcoal to start generating, to start routing into this other generator. And yeah, then we're good for charcoal, and we can start routing that from the other barrel underneath here through the walls, and then we can start using that for all our machines upstairs. And that pretty much, I mean, that's going to generate a load of charcoal once those trees actually start to sort of fill the entire area, and we'll be able to sort of get on and get a lot more machines going. So that is it for this episode. I'm sorry there's been a little bit of running about, but sort of when you're trying to show something like that where there's bits and pieces everywhere, it's kind of inevitable. But if you've liked this video, drop us a like, and I hope you've enjoyed it. I'll see you in the next video. Thanks very much. Bye.